My fiancé mocked my pajama job. I bought her company to fire her for fraud. I lived a deliberately discreet life. I worked as a freelance editor, often working in my pajamas from the house paid for by my fiancé, Laura. Laura was a vice president at a finance firm, and she had a giant ego. She constantly humiliated me for my work, calling me her low-budget copy editor or her kept husband. My breaking point came during a dinner with her colleagues. She asked me, in front of everyone, if I had finished reading the influencer's novels to finally get a real adult job. I decided that if she was going to measure a person's worth by the shine of their corporate title, I would teach her a lesson in ethical power. What Laura didn't know was that my small job was just my cover. I was the sole heir to a considerable fortune, over $80 million, locked away in secure trusts. I could buy the entire firm where she worked without even wrinkling my shirt. Laura was obsessed with ascending to partner. To secure that position, she had committed a critical error. She had manipulated the financial reports of an internal competitor to discredit him, an act I had accidentally discovered while reviewing documents she had carelessly left at home. I signed the divorce papers, accepting the ridiculous 10% settlement she offered me, along with the confidentiality clause. She believed she was silencing me. I was simply giving her the rope. I had already set my plan into motion. I used my investment holding group to acquire a majority stake in Laura's firm. It was a silent, rapid purchase of undervalued shares. No one caught on until the shareholders' board meeting. Laura's celebration coincided with that meeting. Proudly, she walked into the boardroom as the presumed new partner. I walked in right behind her, accompanied by my lawyer. The CEO, seeing me, went completely pale. I stood next to the head of the table and said, "Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am the new majority shareholder of this firm, and as the owner, I have a zero-tolerance policy for fraud." I looked at Laura, whose smile had vanished entirely. My lawyer presented the audit report I had prepared, exposing the manipulation of the reports Laura had orchestrated to secure her promotion. The room fell to stunned silence. I continued. "Congratulations, Laura. That is an impressive promotion, but unfortunately, it is based on fraud, and in my firm, that is grounds for immediate dismissal and legal action." Laura lost her promotion, her job, and the respect of her colleagues at the exact moment she thought she had reached the top. She believed I was a low-budget copy editor. I was the man who bought her company just to fire her for her lack of ethics. She now lives with the humiliation that her kept husband was the millionaire who exposed her crime. I recovered my piece. Justice isn't paid with a check. It's paid with the public revelation of the truth.